March 7th, 2020. About 4 months ago. Just giving you the heads up. Kleck's gonna ring a bell. Belshazzar there. And Jonathan Kleck, YouTube Messiah, receives his crown at Masonic Hall in Philadelphia. This is over 6 months ago. Look at 7 months ago. It's this raw footage, Grand Junction demo jump. It sure looks like an accident, doesn't it? It almost looks like that's a tree too, like a Ashley tree. Ruler of the world. Brandon's dad died. His name was Donald. But the ruler of the world hitting an Ashley tree after jumping from his airplane on his birthday. 3/16, ringing the bell. I mean, who could have thunk that one up?
He goes and picks it out. What was the color?
Well, the Lord said you'll know it by its name, and it was the first one that I had, and it was Rapture Red.
So he reached in and he picked out, all the paint samples at Home Depot. He reaches out and he pulls one out, and the first one he pulls out says,
Rapture Red.
that's what's on that thing. Ah! So, do we know something's going to happen? No. Do we have kind of a hint-y idea? Kind of.
Yeah.
We think so. I hope so. Anyway, we're like children, aren't we? The Bible says, unless you become as little children, you cannot enter the kingdom. Michael and I have a good...
So, here's the deal with the bell. I was wondering, I was postulating with Kat, now with him, with Corey, with Michael, Mr. Giggles. What up, mate? We're family, right? We're all friends. I gotta bring this up. There's lunatics out there on YouTube that are saying that I'm gay and Mr. Giggles, Michael Spear, is my gay lover. It's like, you guys are sick, twisted. You guys need some serious help. Yeah, I'm so.
I built this bed, by the way.
That's where the kids came from, and the reason I got in so much trouble with all these girls.
I built it for me and Michael.
So anyway, I've been postulating with Mr. Giggles.
We're not gonna lay in it together like the lion and the lamb.
How's this gonna go? Am I gonna be sitting here?
I was the lion and he was the lamb. We were gonna lay together.
Say, Jonathan, it's time. Get up and go ring the bell. And then imagine you're me. You're like, I heard him say ring the bell. If I go ring the bell, does that mean the locusts are coming? It's like it's total stress, man. It's like, what? You want me to go ring the bell like now? It's gonna make some popcorn. So the point I'm trying to make is you don't really know. I don't really know. No one really knows what's going to happen or, how it's going to go down. So
Where John received the revelation that Jesus gave to him. If I'm not here, if I'm down on the ground, if I'm whatever, I'm putting my stuff in order right now.
It's February 12th, 2020.
Message to Jonathan, nerd, Kleck. Who sees you in the dark? We see you. We know what you're up to. Why don't you just get on with it and play the movie? We are ready. Everybody's ready.
it's going to make some popcorn.
Okay, that's all I've got to say. I'm with my brothers, Robin, the nerd, Justin, and John. So far, I've made good videos. We stand together. Okay, just do it. Do it, Johnny.
For a minute. The Lord told me He could use one scripture to prove every single thing I've been telling everybody. I'll make the ministry from beginning to the end.
I know what scripture it is. I know which one it is. Johnny. It's one scripture. Oh, man. On Johnny's birthday, March 16th, the scripture Johnny's talking about is John 3:16, for God so loved the world.
The Lord told me He could use one scripture to prove every single thing I've been telling everybody. That's why I'm really kind of like, and you want me to go ring a bell on my birthday, which is 3:16, and 3:16 is the scripture you're giving me to prove everything. I'm a little bit edgy. I'm like, compliance, submission. That's like 1 in a trillion. So, the Lord told me He could use one scripture to prove every single thing I've been telling everybody. That's why I'm really kind of like, and you want me to go ring a bell on my birthday, which is 3:16, and 3:16 is the scripture you're giving me to prove everything.
Corpus Christi, it's 50 miles per hour and 800 feet. It's 58 years old that Jonathan Kleck is going to jump out of his airplane. He's going to ring the bell as he jumps out of the airplane. They're going to install a bell on the airplane. He's going to ring it, and then I think the parachute instructor, he's going to kick him out and mess with his parachute, him and Michael, because those two witnesses will be dead in the streets.
The lion and he was the lamb. We were gonna lay together.
March 7th is the day of admission to what was said back in February sometime. That's why
I'm a little bit edgy. I'm like, does that mean everything?
I don't blame you. I really don't. If you're hearing voices, Johnny, that someone's telling you that you're going to jump out of the airplane and your parachute's going to have a malfunction on your birthday and you're going to ring a bell, and the best part is that one verse that you were talking about that nobody knew, it's John 3:16, which is the admission to basically everything. It's the admission to everything. Not only are you going to jump out of your parachute and have a malfunction on your birthday on John 3:16, not only is it the only verse that will prove that your entire ministry from the beginning to end, it's also on your birthday that you're going to ring a bell, which is the same day of admission that you're going to ring the bell on your birthday. Because before yesterday, well, today, yeah, I heard it yesterday on the 6th, but my videos were way before that. So before you planned on telling anybody, number one, how freaking long have you been saying I'm going to ring that bell? I get so tired of hearing it, so I put a date on it. I said that's it. He's going to ring the bell on his birthday. Not only is he going to ring the bell on his birthday, but he's going to jump out of his airplane, have a parachute malfunction, and die on his birthday. And the verse that he's talking about that is going to solve everything in the entire world and his existence and creation since he started YouTube from beginning to end is admission and submission, John 3:16.
Is my heart right, Lord? Compliance, submission. That's like 1 in a trillion. So I wanted to make sure it wasn't me.
Let me go to start at the top. Let me go to show 153 more. Oh, there, that's perfect right there. There he is. There's the Jonathan Kleck channel. Get your house in order.
That's why I ended up, probably getting in so much trouble. I'm serious. I had lots of girlfriends, lots of pretty girlfriends, went out with lots of pretty girls. By the way, Robin, nerd. Yeah. Oh, 100% no lying. Looks like my testimony's true. Sorry, Robin Hood and all you shills. You guys are in for deep, 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 deep trouble.
And 800 feet. It's 58 years old.
So back on
that
February
Jonathan Kleck is going to
25th.
jump out of his airplane. He's going to ring the bell as he jumps out of the airplane. They're going to install a bell on the airplane. He's going to ring. Kleck is going to jump out of his airplane. He's going to.
As he's 58 years old, which is on his birthday, he's going to ring the bell on his birthday.
So,
As of March 7th,
here's the deal with the bill. I was wondering, I was postulating with Kat, now with him, with Corey, with Michael, Mr. Giggles. What up, mate? We're family, right? We're all friends. I gotta bring this up. There's lunatics out there on YouTube that are saying that I'm gay and Mr. Giggles, Michael Spear, is my gay lover. It's like, you guys are sick, twisted. You guys need some serious help. Yeah,
you see that head shake? You see the head shake? It's admission. Look, whatever. It's just the way it is.
you guys are sick, twisted. You guys need some serious help. Yeah, I'm so embarrassed for him. It's like, yeah, that's where my 4 kids came from, and the reason I got in so much trouble with all these girls. And don't worry about it, Mr. Giggles.
I built this bed, by the way. I built it for me and Michael. And now, we're not going to lay in it together like the lion and the lamb. I was the lion and he was the lamb. We were going to lay together.
Instead, they're going to lay on the ground together.
He's going to crown me.
Parachute malfunction.
The key.
See?
The sign.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Colin. I appreciate it.
I'm serious. I had lots of girlfriends, lots of pretty girlfriends, went out with lots of pretty girls. By the way, Robin, nerd. Yeah. So, this opens up this whole other thing. So if I'm going to go out there and ring the bell on the morning of my birthday, does that mean something's going to happen on my birthday? I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I keep hearing in my spirit.
Second
Ring
9/11.
the bell.
Second 9/11, Johnny. Couple days later.
Oh, you are the bell ringer. John 3:16 is the scripture. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. One scripture. One scripture.
Sometimes.
It all. The whole thing, the ministry from beginning to the end.
I know what scripture it is. I know which one it is. Johnny. It's one scripture. Oh, man. On Johnny's birthday, March 16th, the scripture Johnny's talking about is John 3:16. For God so loved the world. It's 50 miles per hour and 800 feet. It's 58 years old that Jonathan Kleck is going to jump out of his airplane. He's going to ring the bell as he jumps out of the airplane. They're going to
Opens up this whole other thing. So if I'm going to go out there and ring the bell on the morning of my birthday, does that mean something's going to happen on my birthday? I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I keep hearing in my spirit, you're ringing the bell, you are the bell ringer. John 3:16 is the scripture, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth on him should not perish, but have eternal life, right? Well, did you know that's the very same scripture? Everyone's like, why you haven't told me, dude? It's that simple. That is the very same scripture. John 3:16. One scripture
Sometimes.
proves it all. Oh, make the ministry from beginning to the end.
I know which scripture it is. I know which one it is.
You told the other guys. So anyway, so I was like, okay, so I thought, am I hearing this like the Vatican coming at a 45-degree angle? Maybe.
Well, yeah, because once that happens, you got 45 days, because that'll be the 1290th day. And then blessed is he who waits 1335th day. Blessed is he.
Compliance, submission. That's like 1 in a trillion. So I'm supposed to go ring the bell on my birthday because
I told you to.
you're going to be coming right instantly.
Well, nah, not. Give me a few days.
Possibility there may be days after my birthday. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something that I find really interesting.
Which means, well, I mean, we're going to have a 7-day warning, aren't we, Johnny? Aren't you going to give us a 7-day warning until something like this happens? So wouldn't that mean that Monday would be a good time, like 3/9/2020, to ring the bell? It's like a pre-bell. It's like the pre-game show. You get the explosions happening in Philly, second 9/11 first, and then you jump after a week, because you still want to. I look at it like this. When you give us a week's notice that I'm giving you 7 days to get into the ark because there's a major event that takes place on the 19th. I mean the 9th. And then 7 days later is your birthday. Which would basically, it would start getting the Kleckites very, very nervous, because everything that I keep saying about you and what you're doing and figuring out what your heart really is, that's got to make them, I think their knees are smoting together, something like that.
So I'm going to go ahead and preach this with you guys. You two, by the way, the system.
You two?
Trying to keep this all friendly and stuff, because like that's like the energy that Kleck put out, and I'm not here to spread bad energy. Let me read this real quick to start before I keep rambling. Seal up the words of the prophecy of this scroll, because I am a fellow servant with you and with your fellow prophets and with all who keep the words of this scroll. Worship God. Then he told me, do not seal up the words of the prophecy of this scroll, because the time is near. Let the one who does wrong continue to do wrong. Let the one who is vile continue to be vile. Let the one who does right continue to do right. And let the holy person continue to be holy. In this version, that is Revelation chapter 22, verses 6 through 11.
Poor Willie. You're only a statue. Who cares if Statue of Liberty has your penis in her hand? 911. Second 911.
You're going to be coming right instantly. Is there a possibility there may be days after my birthday? I don't know. I'll tell you something that I find really interesting. And so I'm going to go ahead and breach this with you guys. U2, by the way, the system that you're in is there's two of you. The band U2, I've been telling everybody, oh, bottom with Illuminati. It's like, okay.
Now, all right, so this is the video that he just put back out that he took off 5 times or whatever. I wish I had it recorded the first time because then I would know what he cut out right up here.
Why is this guy using biblical phrases in a little while in his songs? Why is he using 40 and he's using Psalm 40? Why is he like pumping his music full of all these Bible verses? A lot of things about me.
Right there.
And they don't even.
So at 22:30, like 5, I'm wondering why.
Early in the morning. Again, I've been going all day and dealing with demons on the streets. So, I don't appreciate people crashing my phones and saying, well, you just want to share. And kind of like, how dare I be offended that you're calling.
What is it that they called you for and harassed you and made you just take down something that you said at like 22 and 33 seconds or something?
Me. Okay, so now we got all that straight, right? I've made myself available to the world, to everybody. And kind of like, how dare I be offended that you're calling me. Day and dealing with demons on the streets. So, I don't appreciate people crashing my phones and saying, well, you just want to share.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Kind of like.
Wow. That's interesting. They blew up your phone, Johnny, because you said you wanted to share? Oh, man. Look, I'm all for sharing. You know that. Whatever you share with me, I'll share with the world. So if you got all the money in the world, I'll share it. Make sure the world gets back on track, for sure. I'm down with it. So for you people that blew up Johnny's phone, you should be ashamed of your damn self.
Like, how dare I be offended that you're calling me. Okay, so now we got all that straight, right?
We damn sure do. There you go. Well, so that's what it is. Look, is it not obvious? I mean, seriously. Just think about it. Seriously. What Kleck is telling you, he's just telling you what he had already planned. What I'm telling you that he's going to say before he says it, you look, it's just 1 in a trillion. It's 1 in a trillion. It's mind-boggling, actually. But it's easy. It's fun and it's easy. And it'll all pay off in the end anyway. Even though the Kleckites want to kill me and they hate my guts and they don't want Jonathan to share with me, well, tough shit, man. But anyway, after it's all done, but before that, when everything is just all hell is breaking loose, and then it's finally lights out, and I'll be praying for you guys, just know that I will be. That way the lights can get turned back on, and then he can share with the person that you just despise beyond belief. But that's fine. I understand why. Because there's been so many fraudulent people in the world. All I can do is tell you the truth, present all the evidence that I have, all the circumstantial evidence that I have. And on top of that, the actual proof of him finally admitting the bell, when he's going to ring it, it's on his birthday. What verse you talking about, Kleck? When are you going to tell us that? Oh, 2 days after I've already said to everybody what it's going to be and when you're going to ring it. It's kind of amazing, huh? And all I want to do is share.
I don't appreciate people crashing my phones and saying, well, you just want to share.
Man, couldn't be any clearer right now. I knew he wasn't talking to me or anybody that was respectful. He's talking to the people that no, like this. He's talking to you damn kleckites is what he's talking to.
And kind of like, how dare I be offended that you're calling me? Okay, so now we got all that straight, right? I've made myself available to the world.
And that's why he's given the entire world an opportunity to tell him what he's doing. But who's stepping up?
To everybody. I've given myself away as a sacrifice for everyone's well-being. Forget about my own life. I don't care. I'll do what the Lord wants me to do for everybody's well-being. So if you're going to try and break through my door slams in your face. Guaranteed. Okay?
Now that would be his enemies. The door slams in your face, guaranteed enemies. What verse is going to prove to his enemies that he's going to slam the door in their face?
No, I preach because I love showing you the truth. It's my favorite thing. I love sharing the word. It's my favorite thing. I love sharing the word, which is sharing Jesus. Because in the beginning there was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God, and the word became flesh. And the word was God, and the word became flesh. How cool. So anyway, so now let's talk about John 3:16. So, I'm Yahweh is given a messenger that rings a bell and gathers the church. There's a church out there and there's a bell. The building is 76 inches wide by...
No, 17 is how long Robin Hood went down for, 17 hours.
200 long. The way the enemy communicates in this system is they use an alphanumeric system where they pick a number that's a word in the Bible and they use that number to delineate the word they're trying to pull over on you right in front of you without you knowing. Like Chicago 2035 in the movie I, Robot. They wrote takes place in Chicago 2035. You look up 2035 in the Strong's Concordance, which is where it is in the Bible, and it means insurrection takeover. So
there you go. Look, Johnny's taking over. Just got to deal with it. But it's your interpretation. Who is Johnny to you? What is he doing? Is he lying to you? Is he telling you stories? When he's making up a story, is he lying to you, or is he telling you a parable? And then isn't it up to you to figure out if it's what the meaning is behind it? It's a takeover.
The Lord told me He could use one scripture to prove every single thing I've been telling everybody. That's why I'm really kind of like, and you want me to go ring a bell on my birthday, which is 316, and 316 is the scripture you're giving me to prove everything.
That's what it is. Yep.
That's why I'm a little bit edgy. I'm like,
I don't blame you.
Does that mean everything's about to happen? Maybe. Maybe. That's what's cool. You never know. And that's kind of what's fun, too. It's like once you got the truth in you, it's kind of fun just knowing He's coming. It's better not to know when He's coming, but knowing that He's coming. You know what I mean? And you can be in a good, you can be like this all the time, just going, He's coming. Knowing He's coming. Mono genes. Let's go to the scriptures.
And this rumor of him went forth throughout all Judea and throughout all the region round about. And the disciples of John showed him of all these things. And the disciples of John showed him all these things. And John, calling unto him 2 of his disciples, sent them to Jesus, saying, Are you he that should come? Or should we look for another? When the men were come unto him, they said, John the Baptist has sent us unto you, saying, Art thou he that should come, or should we look for another? And in the same hour he cured many. In the same hour he cured many of their infirmities and plagues and of evil. spirits, and unto many that were blind he gave sight. Then Jesus answered and said unto them, Go your way, and tell John what things you have seen and heard, how that the blind see, the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, to the poor the gospel is preached. And blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me.
He was looking for.
What?
Oh man. Hey, Steve. James Sean.
What is Steven?
Thanks.
Oh my God, he's gonna crown me.
To hand him the key,
See?
the sign that he was looking for. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Hey, Daddy.
Robin? Huh?
Hey, man.
Oh my God.
Look, man, I just want to congratulate you.
Rick.
Yeah, look, come on, man. It's an all good fun. If you had a freaking sense of humor, you would have laughed, you know?
Robin?
Those people can laugh at other people making fun of them. It's like an honor.
Right.
You just don't get it.
Why are you elevating in the sky, Robin?
Alright, look.
That's why I ended up, probably getting in so much trouble. By the way, Robin, nerd, yeah. If you see I put up a video and it gets knocked down by the user, taken down by the user, you can rest assured that I took it down for a reason and it's going to go back up. You don't have to freak out. I'll get it back up. I'll make whatever changes need to be made and get it back out there. But I got to see a lot. It was kind of sad. I was kind of depressed. I got to see a lot of behavior that I was like, wow, people aren't really thinking about me like they think they are.
Guess how he sees you guys? You don't even know that he can see you.
I see people on a daily basis. Who I know. I see them on a daily basis. They have no clue. And I'm wondering, how in the world...
I mean, is that not just a straight admission? This is what I'm talking about. When you can't interpret what Johnny's saying, you get offended, you get upset, and you think he's lying to you. It's the interpretation of what he's saying. He's telling you he is watching you, and you have no clue.
How in the world don't they see what's coming? It's
Right?
crazy. And if I talk about it, it's just like there's plugs in their ears and blinders over their eyes. So I just leave it alone. I just go about my business, do my thing.
Oh, snap. Something went wrong. But I tell you, it sure puts a damper on my ability to do things fast. You know? Snap.